but it is gearing up to be a catch and release. I'm not even lying. It's like 75% catch and release. Then you got that other small part of me that just won't let it go. What's going on, guys? It's your man Jay, and I'm back with another video. So this video we're going to talk about the Sony Xperia 1 cameras. Now, we've gone over all the other stuff. This video I want to kind of analyze what I see in these cameras. Still shots. Let's start with still shots. Still shots on this phone. They are good. They're definitely not mind-blowing like on the Pixel devices. I've taken several still shot photos with this. I've tried to do macro shots. I've done everything, and it does pretty good. I'm surprised at that because of how popular Sony cameras are for DSLRs and mirrorless cameras and things like that. You know, they're killing the game over there, man. They're killing it with that. So, and then when you have Sony sensors in every other phone, like every cell phone on the market appears to have a Sony sensor just about. How is it that Sony's cameras on their phones don't really compete? And I mean that directly. Like, how in the world could a Sony phone not have like some of the best top quality still shots? I really was hoping for the Sony Xperia 1's rear camera for still shots. I do a lot of still shots. So when I go to the gym every day, I take a photo of my workout, like the plan that I completed or whatever, and I save it in a file, right? So when I had the Sony with me at the gym the other day, it totally, the shutter time is so slow, it's unreal. On the treadmills, it scrolls across with all your information, your total workout or whatever, and it'll tell you, hey, this was your max speed, this was your average heart rate, this was your max heart rate. And I do this every time with the iPhone, and I do it every time with the Pixel, and I do it every time with the G8. I've taken other phones to the gym, and I can always grab that shot. The Sony Xperia 1 took me like 4 tries just to get my workout saved on the phone. And I was like, man, this is not good. This is the world's slowest shutter on a $950 phone. Nonetheless, the still shots that I get from the phone, they're good, they're not great, and that's my personal experience after using it since however long I had it, going on a week or something like that. So let's talk about video. Now, I feel like where video shines is with 4K. 4K video on the Sony Xperia 1, crystal clear, man. It's super clear. It's really good. I mean, it's really sharp. I did an extended look in another video showing the cameras. You know what I'm saying? I got it to record longer than 55 seconds. Don't want to talk about that anymore. That's old news because it appears to be working now. So let's talk about the quality that I'm getting. Could there be something wrong with my device? Of course. But the quality that I'm getting, I'm wondering if I do an exchange, you know, will I get better quality? Because you know, I'm getting a new error messages now on the Sony Xperia camera, but the quality is the quality, you know. So I think the 4K quality on the Sony Xperia 1 is great on the rear camera. The front camera, not so much. Yeah, I'm not really feeling the front cameras, and I think the reason I feel so strong about this is because I had really high expectations for this phone. Like, I really had high expectations for it. I was excited. I thought this phone was going to be kill all be all, you know, because they got the design right. You know what I'm saying? They got all that stuff right. You know what I mean? But cameras are important to me. So I thought that the cameras would blow my mind, you know. But unfortunately, I got a phone like the Pixel 3a XL, and this half the cost, that takes better photos, and video is questionable too, you know, when compared to it. So, you know, the Sony Xperia 1, you know, the gripe isn't about it crashing and stuff like that at this point. It's the quality that I was expecting based on all the other Sony sensors that are in other phones. It's unbelievable how many Sony sensors are throughout almost all the smartphones on the market. And then you have the Sony devices that are not top-notch and not beating them out. That is a shocker to me. That's a shocker to me. And all the Sony videos, they have like the, oh, get your creativity on, all this other stuff. I tried out that cinematic app. It looks horrible. I mean, this is me. I tested out a few things. It just nothing exciting about it, The camera doesn't record in 4K at 60 frames per second. I know you're going to tell me, oh, Jay, install this. No, when you're dealing with a phone out of the box, any phone, it really doesn't matter the price at this point, you shouldn't have to tweak the device to make it work for you, unless it's a setting within the phone that's already there. I don't feel I should have to go out and chase down things to make my phone do what it's supposed to do, or do what I feel it should be doing at the current price that they're offering. Right now, Sony phones are one of the few phones that I know of, the only phones I can think of, that gives that heating message. It tells you, hey, listen, we're going to shut the phone off if it gets too hot. We're going to shut the camera off if it gets too hot. That's unacceptable, man. Even though the phone has some issues, still, that happens without it having issues. That's just Sony phones. I've got other Sony phones. It's not the same thing. My Sony Xperia 10, somebody asked, am I having overheating issues? No. Am I having camera issues? No. No issues with the Sony Xperia 10. But the quality coming from the Sony Xperia 10 is nowhere near as good as the Sony Xperia 1. This is obvious. But what I say, is that the Sony Xperia 1, regardless of if I had problems, if I would not have gotten the headphones free, I very seldom do this. And even if I wasn't having problems, just based on my experience with the phone itself, I would have priced it at like $799. Even though it has a 4K display and it's got the new aspect ratio, I would have priced that phone at about $799, because there's this thing called actual cash value. You know what I'm saying? For those that study business, you actually, it's what a person would pay for the phone given that on the spot like that, So maybe $799 is what the most I might have wanted to drop. And if you're wondering how I'm coming up with these numbers, or how I just threw that number out there, I'm basing it off of other things in my catalog. And my benchmark device is the G8. It's going to always be the G8, because to me, that device is actually turning out to be the phone of the year for me. And stay tuned for that video too, man. You'll see. I'm not going to spoil it. I might do that video live just to save myself the headache of a whole bunch of editing. But I got something coming. So that's a good benchmark for me, because the cameras on that are banging. The battery life, banging. Software experience, banging. Speakers, banging. Quad DAC, banging. The Sony Xperia 1, the headphone jack is gone, so I could use the wireless headphones or whatever. But I'm not tripping on that too much. All I'm saying is, from what I'm experiencing now as far as quality, I don't think I would have been willing to pay obviously I paid $950, but if I could do it again, $750 to $799 probably was what I would price that phone at. And that's not based on the errors. Remember that. It's not based on the errors. It's based on the overall experience that I'm getting from the phone. Everybody has their own experience with a device. We can lay out the same device, and you see the G8 catches a lot of heat. People think I'm biased towards the G8. No, if you're a phone reviewer, you'll set a phone for a benchmark. And LG people on YouTube who use LG phones to record, they know what I'm talking about. You get fantastic quality, and the overall experience is totally worth it for the G8. There's absolutely no phone that can to me compete with the G8 in the flagship category. The price is killing it, and it offers the same things, if not more. And I was watching Viper's video. Side note real quick, then we'll get back to Xperia 1. I was watching Viper's video on the V50, and he pointed out something that a lot of reviewers, I pointed out before, but he pointed it out, a lot of reviewers don't give it the respect. It has a flat camera bump, but it's still got banging cameras. So why can't all phones be like that? You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, back to the Xperia 1. I would have priced it at that price I said. It's a good phone. To me, it's not a great experience with it, and it's not this banging phone. That's all I have on it, man. I mean, it is gearing up to be a catch and release still, that's for sure, because it is what it is. I'm giving you updates on this. I'm giving you my experience. People out there who keep saying, just get the international version. When you're paying for something, you have an experience, I know I'm a tech reviewer, so you're gonna say, "Oh, Jay, you can afford it." I can afford it. But the point is, do I want to waste my time with it? And so I don't think getting the international version just to say, you know, okay, the cameras is better or something's better. That's the only problem I have with the phone, just the cameras. I don't think it's worth my time to buy the international version just to get a better experience on the cameras, when I feel like, based on Techzilla and Mr. West, their camera footage quality, you know, is decent just like mine. I mean, I don't think it's going to be any different. So I appreciate you joining me in a discussion video. The phone is cool. It doesn't wow me like I thought it was going to wow me. No, I'm not using the phone to record. I'm using my DSLR. For those that might ask, no, this isn't the phone. But you know, the Sony Xperia 1, maybe it's all on me. Maybe I set my expectations way too high, and that's my fault. But the phone is good, folks. Don't get me wrong. I like the phone. Again, I'm still indifferent whether I should even get rid of it or not. But only time will tell. We will see. But it is gearing up to be a catch and release. I'm not even lying. It's like 75% catch and release. Then you got that other small part of me that just won't let it go. It just won't let it go. Ugh.